Two roads diverged in a summer green wood, and I took the wrong one and never was able to find the other poets on the poetry hike. So this is my private, individual, and extremely socially distanced contribution to the virtual poetry walk, poetry hike, here in beautiful Allerton Park. I'm going to start with Joyce Kilmer's iconic nature poem, Trees. Trees by Joyce Kilmer. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. Okay, I also wanted to read an Edna St. Vincent Millay poem because she's one of my loves, and she has so many great nature poems, but I wanted to find a new one. So I looked in her collected poems, and I found this beautiful poem, The Leaf and the Tree, from her book, Wine from These Grapes. The Leaf and the Tree by Edna St. Vincent Millay. When will you learn, myself, to be a dying leaf on a living tree? Budding, swelling, growing strong, wearing green, but not for long, drawing sustenance from air, that other leaves, and you not there, may bud, and at the autumn's call, wearing russet, ready to fall. Has not this trunk a deed to do unguessed by small and tremulous you? Shall not these branches in the end to wisdom and the truth ascend? And the great lightning plunging by looks sidewise with a golden eye to glimpse a tree so tall and proud it sheds its leaves upon a cloud. Here, I think, is the heart's grief. The tree, no mightier than the leaf, makes firm its root and spreads its crown and stands, but in the end comes down. That airy top no boy could climb is trodden in a little time by cattle on their way to drink. The fluttering thoughts a leaf can think, that hears the wind and waits its turn, have taught it all a tree can learn. Time can make soft that iron wood. The tallest trunk that ever stood in time without a dream to keep crawls in beside the roots to sleep. Okay, so I'm going from tree poems to a sky poem and an earth poem, and these poems are by me, Elizabeth Majerus. The first one is The Woman with the Dress of Sky. It's there in her closet. She doesn't wear it often. On days she does, the day is different. Small children run their fingers along her hem. Men pause to ask her the way. She finds a quiet hand on her shoulder, a woman who has never touched her before. The hand lingers, fingers fanning into cloud. In it, she's subject to the weather. In the morning, the light skirt glows with waves of May sunshine. Puffy wisps drift across her hips and thighs, gathering at her waist in cloudy profusion. By afternoon, the whole dress is slate gray, a humid embrace. She lays down for a nap in a bed of mist and light wind, dreams of flying. At dusk, she takes a walk alone. She drifts familiar side streets, nodding at near strangers who smile in the fading light. Their dogs snuffle for smells, not seeing or scenting her. She and her dress are dark amid the darkness, but she crosses without folly, without caution. She is not afraid. And then my second poem is The Woman with a Suit of Earth. It's too much for most of her occasions, but she wears it more and more. She lays it on the floor at night, and in the morning it's easy just to shrug herself back into it. It keeps her warm in winter and cool in the heat of summer, but it is heavy, always dense and loamy or baked thick, cracking all over with dry rivulets. She carries it on her back and on her hips, bears it as she wears it. Where she's been, it leaves smudges of mud, crumbles of black soil, in drought, a dusting of dirt. She loves that it keeps her grounded, but in it, she doesn't stride or try to run. She shambles. She shuffles her feet. She's given up on keeping her shoes clean. By afternoon, She feels drugged down. In the early evening, it's all she can do to keep upright. She doesn't want to sleep in it, but she's tired. So tired, she drops down in dreamless sleep.